it's RetroKid Reviews, and one half of the coming soon, Retro Riders. Fortunately, there's a bit of a good news, bad news situation. Good news, my computer's still up and running. Bad news, there was a reason why I may be calling this podcast coming soon rather than later. To make a long, expansive story short, my laptop reverted itself back to Windows 7, which I'm on the process of getting it back to Windows 10 later in a couple of weeks. So I have to explain that to Brandon, my co-host for the Retro Riders. But the only good news there is that me and him, we're gonna do a non-spoilers review for Thor Ragnarok. So we're kind of still in the good there. Now, I guess another good news after this segment here, I'm gonna hopefully finally get to my Ms. Marvel Legends review. There is a slight bit of bad news. I'll get to that into the review itself pretty soon. Having all said that, for the most part, I have my editing software back and everything's up and running. Just on a different software that I had to download everything. So again, having all of that said with the technicalities, please enjoy the review right now. Alright, so apart from the drop, apologies for many things. For the most part, if there's a reflective glare here for my laptop, that basically means it's in a new location and I haven't really figured out the brightness yet for the room in hand. And welcome to my living room, where hopefully this will be part of the podcast, for when we want to do video reviews of stuff we saw in the theaters, etc., news-wise. Future talk aside for the channel, let's get to the figure finally. One more rule. Really? Yes, really. Caboose. Thank you, John Constantine. Aside from trading old jokes I had in the footage prior, I also don't have the packaging, and probably one or two of the accessories. The Sandman torso I do have upstairs. I don't have time to actually go into detail about it because I want to wrap up this review as quickly as I possibly can, because let's be honest, it's been a month and a half since I had this figure, and it's just sitting there waiting to be reviewed. So, what I did say about the Build-A-Figure sculpt for Sandman, it's actually not bad. I think it had a ratchet joint and a really decent ball joint for when you guys finally get the head for whoever's collecting that for the wave at the time. So, to that, good luck if you're getting it a month in advance. Hopefully it doesn't get scalped a lot on eBay or Amazon at this point. But the arms is also another issue, which I'll get to the review proper now. The most part, it's the only accessory Kamal had until I just ripped it off. Benefits of having a review, so, aside from it getting torn off here, this was a peg joint that swiveled pretty well. There was really no articulation on the wrist, and that was pretty much it. I'm really angry right now, but I'm just gonna truck along this review, and I'm just gonna break kayfabe because I'm definitely not doing a pros card for this. Wow. Anyway, there is a 2-hinge joint on elbow on the actual arm itself. A swivel, no ankle swivel. A basic, I guess, swivel joint for the wrist itself. She has a really good head articulation. Apologies, I'm not seeing much of it. I'm gonna cover the arm in case I get demonetized for like ripping something off or anything violent, because YouTube these days really sucks at their censorship. Anyway, thigh swivel, double jointed knee, pretty standard stuff here for the female line for Marvel Legends, which I am gonna do full disclosure. This is my first actual lady female character in the Marvel Legends wave, and up until the arm, I was pretty impressed, because the peg really held it out pretty well. It had a really good range of motion for Kamala's obvious attacks. I'm really happy, I know I'm going to have to zoom in on this, that one of these arms is a fist. I may have to use that for a lot of dynamic shots, hopefully to hype this review for the thumbnail. So, link in the description, not a link. Comment down below if you like the thumbnails I've been making. I've been doing them on a meme generator. I've been meaning to do that for God knows how long for this channel by making my own thumbnails. So, last up, she does have a waist articulation. It's at the top of the body, not really at the bottom. Again, I don't want to be any old weirded out or sexist enough as it is. Last up on the articulation, there is a ankle swivel, not really a pivot. I don't know how much of a pivot. Again, it's been a while since I reviewed this proper. And aside from that, as a representation of Kamala Khan currently in the books, again, despite the clear, easily breakable pegs, which I now have to figure out how to get out of her arm socket, be thankful you don't have the quality to see the ungodly hell I have to put up with in the next couple of minutes after this review. The scarf also is a PVC material. It's gonna really be okay for the most part, and again, character accurate to Kamala's faith and belief at the time. I know it's Muslim, and I'm not gonna get into it not only because of politics, but because I got an arm to fix. So, sculpting for Kamala is really good as well. It really just, again, shows off the comic accuracy that she is at the time. I guess prior or after joining the Champions, because I am reading that series. I want to see more issues, obviously, monthlies, and anything they're going to do for the Legacy line for the comics. I want to know, obviously, in the comments down below. Sean Zadare, if you're going to do news, please let me know. And aside from getting pissed at this arm, snapping on the review, if I had to rate it, originally when I did this, it was about like a 6 or 7. It's down to a 5, mainly because of the arm joint. I did not know it was going to be this brittle coming into it, but again, check, I guess, Shartimus Prime's review, card to him, and again, he may have a point about these arms that I might have missed out. My apologies. You just literally saw me break a toy live on television, and I think this is the second time on my channel that I haven't done it since my early figure days with the Team Fortress soldier figure, so link to that in the description, and cards obviously for that if you guys want to see it like right now. Having all said that, this is RetroKid Reviews, heavily pissed here because I've had a lot of ideas with kayfabe with her to like bitch and moan about Inhumans pretty much getting cancelled and things like that, and now from the looks of it, it's back to the drawing board. So yeah, normally I do a swoosh with my figure, but again, since I'm kind of currently still getting pissed that my computer is back to being Windows 7, a lot of technical difficulties aside, I guess if this is the end card, hopefully, go to Kamala's face for my channel to subscribe and hopefully help me figure out how to grow this channel a little better. Previous video on the other side with Mr. Handy over here, and wow, I'm not having a good week. Just, this is gonna take a while. Just, now what the hell, Marvel? Retro! Oh god, my arm! Oh, okay, well, look, this wasn't really part of the plan. You think? Also, what's with him with the freaking rifle? I was gonna go Thanksgiving hunting for my family. Wait, you have a family dog? That's kind of classified. Okay, is someone gonna help me with the arm? Okay, we're gonna have to tease this for a bit. No! Wait, what the hell are you doing here for? What's with the cookbook? Yeah, about that. I've got this cookbook here because I got my new poster out. Was gonna talk about it, but it turns out you guys got something more, important to talk about. Important? I have an arm gone! Yeah, and I lose mine every other week. Sorry if this is the end card, but, just do what Retro normally says and just go to his face for the end cards and, I guess mine for, previous video, which was what again? It was on Hellboy. Wait, we can talk about him. He's technically indie. Okay, is anyone gonna help me or not? I'm still here. Yeah, and you're still on the clock. See you next week, guys. Oh god, this sucks. Turkey baster or no turkey baster? What do you think, Mr. SMG? That's right, we should go with the lube.